Hi, this is Suzanne, Glass Garden Beads, and I'm here to show you how to do one of our kits. It's called our Deco Drops. It's a beautiful artisan kit. We've got the pieces in the kit are artisan made rectangles with little connectors. And what we've got are little beaded elements hanging from these connectors. It's a 30-inch chain that comes with the kit. I'm going to reach across here, that will come in the bag. Now, 30 inches is long, but some of you may choose to shorten it. So you'll do that when you add your kit. This artisan kit is beautiful. These pieces are handmade by Bending Sunlight. It's an artist here in Faribault, and she does a wonderful job of making sure, as I talk to her about kits, that each kit is got elements that you're going to see are very close to what you're seeing here in the sample. So you don't have to be afraid of, oh, I didn't get what it looked like on the website. And we talked at great length about that. She cuts her glass on the same sheet so there's not a dye-lot color change. Okay, so we've got this in 5 colors. I'm going to do the topaz today for our demo. Then we've got a pretty, let's get this out of here, a tanzanite. And I didn't mention the fact that I'm using a pronged element made with the Gita casting. And then this is a 39SS Rivoli. So here's our tanzanite. Okay. Then we have carnelian. This is a lovely red-orange. It's very romantic. It's pretty. It looks, you can wear it casual with a t-shirt. You can dress it up. Here's our emerald green. Okay. I'm going to show you how to do the middle piece tonight, and then you can very easily do your other 2 pieces. Okay. And the last piece, I had Sandy from Bending Sunlight oxidize. And the coating, the soldering coat is not lead. It's lead-free. And then, so she oxidized it, and then we put on a darker chain with it. And this is all craft level chain. They're fairly, they're durable, and they fit this type of kit. So you can see, okay? All right, we're going to get right into it. We have got, I'm following the directions, 4mm fire polish we're going to be working with. We have got 15 seed beads. And that will be our very first section we're going to do. We're going to add sections. So I start with the seed bead, the 4mm, the seed bead, 4mm, seed bead, 4mm. Easier said than done, right? Seed bead, 4mm. All right. So I'm going to pull this around, and I'm going to then tie it so that it makes a circle. And I usually start with a square knot. Okay, get that off. And I'm going to watch the time. I have a battery issue on this particular camera that the videos only go so long. So we might have 2 parts to this, and that's fine. I'll just but I want to make sure I close it at a decent time, so at least you're aware of what we're going to do, and just post 2 videos. Okay, here it is. I just did a square knot, and then I went and did a 3rd knot. All right, here's our tail, and our tail just gives us a kind of a landmark of where we left off. All right, so now I'm going to get my needle, and I'm going to go around the whole thing again. That's a reinforcer. Usually when we do things like that, we do get this back on, we do go around the whole section. So I'm just going to quickly try to get this done. and then we'll get into more of the details. Basically, this is a right angle weave base stitch that's going to happen. Okay, I got to my thread. Now I'm going to go through the section, the 15. Again, I got to get my needle in there. Okay, go through the 15 and the 4mm, and then through the next 15. Okay, so I'm going to be exiting a 15. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add little size 8, I call them crown picots. And the crown picots are done with size 8 seed beads. And the color chart will tell you how to line up those seed beads. There's color 1 and color 2. And for this particular kit, color 1 is the gold and color 2 is the brown. But you're coming out of this end of the 15 and you're going to put your needle in the other side. So if you've never beaded or this is pretty new to you, your needle is going to go in the opposite side of that bead, so you kind of complete a circle. Okay, now we're going to, since we came out of the 15, we're going to go through the next section and exit the 15 again. So you're going through your fire polish. It does not matter at this point what way you are going. If you're going clockwise, counterclockwise, it doesn't matter. Okay, again, see where the thread's coming out, and then the needle is going to go into the other side. Okay, pull my thread through, and we kind of give a nice tug after each one. Again, here we go. Next section, we're going to do this 4 times because we've got 4. We're going to actually make like 4 little corners on this. I'll get that. I'm going to burn that thread off, cut and burn. And now you got to go through the 15. I'm doing too much talking, not paying attention where my needle's coming out. If you don't have a thread burner, that's fine. You can just rethread the tail and then kind of weave it back in the bead, tying a couple knots, and then cut it. You'll be fine. Okay, now we're going to do our 3rd picot, and it's a gold, brown, gold. We're going to stay doing the same pattern. The one thing with this kit, it goes pretty fast because once you start it, you repeat it 4 times. All right, again through the 4mm, and here's our last picot we're going to do. And I don't like tails, they're always in my way. I'm going to burn this baby, cut and burn on this next one. All right, let's pull this through. Okay, I'm going to give it a little tug and pick up my gold, brown, gold. There are pictures in your directions, colored pictures that will show you what beads we use where. All right, so as we come to this last section, I'm going to look over to my directions so I don't miss something. Oh, I see what we're doing. We came out of here, and we're going to kind of pass up the gold bead that we just put on. We are going to pass through the brown bead and exit the gold bead. So we kind of did a turnaround. All right, so now I'm going the opposite way that I had been going, and now we are adding one little size 11 delicate bead, and we're adding it now. And I'm going to go up the next gold. I'm going to go to the next picot, and I went up the gold and the brown. We're kind of following the path around. There we go. And I'm going to exit the gold bead, come back down, exit the gold, pick up another delicate, and I just pulled the thread right off my needle. Oh, I hate when I do that. So let me get this threaded back on. I get so excited I pull so hard and then I pull the needle right off the thread. All right. I needle my thread. I don't, oops, talking so smart and I didn't get it. There we go. I think I got it. There we go. Of course, you didn't see it on camera. That's because I could save face and not have to show you how often I have to try to get it on there. Alright, so we're picking up a Delica. I went through the last Pico Tower or crown. I kind of called these little crowns. Okay, up the gold again. So we're right between these little crowns, we're adding, whoops, let me get up here. Between these little crowns, we're adding a Delica. Back through the seed, down through the gold, pick up the third Delica, third section, and I'm going up through the yellow again, or the gold, the Pico Tower brown, down through the gold, and here's my last section. Okay, get that tail out of the way. Didn't I say I was going to cut that thing off? No, I didn't do it yet. Alright, so now we're adding our very last, not seed, Delica. Okay, here we go. Now I'm looking over as I'm pulling this thread. Going to do a little pull. And now what we are going to be doing, we just came through this gold, right? We just added this, came up to the gold. Now we're going to add 5 more Delicas. And we're going to kind of do a type of halo or arc over that brown bead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, picking up the 11 O's Delicas, come back down through the gold. Okay. See that? That's what you're going to do. Go past through the Delica that's sitting between them. You're going to go up the gold again. In this particular series of steps, you don't even go through the brown bead. You're just putting beads around the brown bead. So you exit the gold bead and go down the side of the other gold bead. So you're just going to kind of lay those beads up and around. And I'm picking up my 5, coming back the gold. Here we go. Go through the Delica that's spaced between the 2 towers and up the gold. Okay. Now we're going to add another 5. This is my very first day with the new lights. I love them. I just got new LED daylight lights in the tiny shop here. It's been so long. I think it's taken us about 2.5 months to get everything in its place and cleaned out. Alright, through the Delica again that's between them, and then up that gold bead, and we're going to add our last section of Delicas, 5. Yep, and go back down. Now, what we're going to do, we've got that all together, do another tug. So it should be looking like this. And we are now going to add size 15s. I'm going to get, where is my triangle? Here we go. We're going to now do work with our size 15s. We are going to, we've already gone through the Delica here. I'm going to get this out for you. See, let's take care of this. Alright, I am now going to clip, not real close, but clip it. Get my thread burner and burn it down. There we go. You can check it later. I just got it out of the way. Alright, so I'm coming out of this little spacer Delica right here. Okay, now we're going to add 3 15s. 1, 2, 3. And since the needle or the thread's coming out this side, we're doing a little circle. So now it's kind of like switching directions again. We're going to go through that, We're going to go all the way around. We're following the thread path. We're even going to go up the gold bead, and I'll get this over here, up the gold bead through all the 5 little delicas. Everything's kind of getting reinforced every time you do, and then go all the way through. Make sure you don't miss a bead. And then you're going to come down. Okay, coming down that little arc of seeds through the gold seed bead, 8, and then get your needle into the little spacer delica. Sometimes it just is hard to do it because I pulled, and I did tighten it up, and we want that, but it also makes it hard to get that needle through. Okay, got the needle through. We're going to pick up 3. We're going to repeat this. 3 more 15s. Go through the bead from the other side. See that? Okay. Pull. Follow the beads again. Up the gold. Through the delicas. Through here. Go all the way down. So all we're doing, it does add a nice little reinforcement. Okay? And now again through our spacer delica right here. Pick up 3 because we're going to just kind of do a little loop basically through the other side of the bead. Pass again up through that number 1 gold bead that your chart will tell you. Okay. All the way through. And see, that's what this is. It's just kind of adding a few things every rotation. Okay. And now we're going to go through here. Okay. Pick up 3. It doesn't take long. I mean, each one of these, I think, we'll find out because I'm basically doing the whole thing right here. Okay. And then we're going to pass up the gold bead. And I'm exiting the second little, I got to do a little loop here. On the directions, it will show us how to do these, our loops. And our loops are these little guys. So you can see once you get done, you go through here, only this time you add, I think, 4 beads and go around and come through. And then that basically finishes your item. So we're actually at a finishing point right now. But what I'm going to do is, in these last few minutes, just go up through this casting part because they've got the holes on it, and then do our loop and come back. And then it shows on the directions how to put the stone in, and then obviously how to do the jump rings. See that? There's a jump ring. So what we're going to finish up today now is just basically getting this casting on. So I'm coming up through the side right now, okay? And now I'm going to add, and I'm going to turn my sheet over, I'm going to add 4 beads. And it looks like I'm actually doing a circle. Yeah, I'm going to do a circle here first. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to come back down. See that? Through there. Okay. And I'm going to come back up now through 2 beads. Okay. And now I'm going to pick up that prong set and I'm going to go through one of the holes and then the other hole. See that? So we're getting all ready for that to have a loop attached to the bottom and a loop on the top. And then your jump rings will take it over. And then we do 5 on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to come down that loop. Let's get this over here down. And I have a minute to finish up here, and then we're going to close this part of it off, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how to set the this crystal. Okay, now we're coming down and we're going to go through the other 2 beads. Once I get my needle in there. Isn't that crazy? Okay. Now we're going to go back and forth, but I'm going to close the video down now, and then I'm going to revisit you when we put that in. Okay? And you will be going back around because you do want to reinforce this part. Alright? Hang tight and I'll see you for part 2.